Welcome back to Gear Check Games. This is part 16 of Pokemon Red. Again, I am joined by Dan and Joe, and we are down in Ethan this time.
May he rest in peace.
We unfortunately lost him to the plague.
Yeah.
We lost him to the Pokemon Tower.
We lost him to Pokerus.
Oh no!
Aww.
It made him much more powerful, but at what cost?
Yeah.
It made him much more powerful, and he decided he was too good for us chumps.
You know, in the week it's been since we recorded the last episode, it just occurred to me that I don't think we talked about what happens in the Pokemon Tower. Okay, like what actually happens in the Pokemon Tower, like with Marowak's ghost and Mr. Fuji.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like a fan favorite part of this game.
Yeah. I mean, what happens is you sacrifice a duck, and it turns into a Snorlax. That's the game mechanic.
Okay, I guess we did talk about it
in the Professor Oak Says section of the Poké Manual.
No, what actually happens is you go to the top, you fight Team Rocket, because I think is the assumption that Team Rocket offed Marowak? Is that the assumption?
And it's angry because they're occupying the tower.
Yeah. So then you gotta beat them, and then you free Mr. Fuji, and he's like, "Hey, you calmed Marowak down. I'm gonna give you this flute that wakes up sleeping Pokemon."
Mm-hmm. The two sleeping Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it works in battle too, so you never have to buy Awakenings again.
Yeah. I always did appreciate that, but it's kind of broken.
Oh yeah. I mean, it actually works well with using Snorlax because it takes his rests down to 1 turn instead of 2 turns.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't mind a broken Poke Flute in Gen 1, because Gen 1 is just kind of mechanically broken anyway.
Oh yeah, because it's silly.
How long did we decide that sleep can just go on indefinitely?
I think so.
They call that the long sleep.
Obviously, I don't know all there is to know about the ins and outs of these games, but I know what I've been through playing them.
Yeah. But my assumption is Disable works the same way. You can just not have Headbutt for a while.
Uh-huh.
You just lose that move forever, even out of battle.
You look back and your Pokemon's in a sling and they forgot the move. What happened?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Gen 1's the only gen that doesn't have a move deleter.
Yeah.
To its detriment, because there are some Pokemon that where you're alright, I filled you up with HMs, but I would rather you be, usable now.
Uh-huh. There were a lot of quality of life improvements that they made in Gen 2 that kind of make the first one seem tough to go back to. Yeah.
Oh, bye Yappy.
Yappy's still finding his feet, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay.
He's gaining in levels though. He's getting tougher.
Mm-hmm.
But Vaporeon though is just a hoss.
Yeah, Vaporeon's good. Sorry, you taught him Bubble Beam via TM, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think the Eeveelutions are one of the few Pokemon that evolve via a stone that actually learn moves after they evolve.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the trade-off with Pokemon like Arcanine. If we haven't already discussed this, which we may have. But you can evolve them as soon as you get the stone. But the trade-off is that if you evolve them early, they won't learn the moves that they would learn in their more basic form.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a beginner's trap. If you're not aware of how Pokemon works.
Yeah, I mean, unless you've got a guide or the right TMs already.
Yeah.
Which I guess I could have just allowed Vaporeon to just learn Water Gun, but I had Bubble Beam, so I'm well, I might as well teach it to him because I need the stab.
You bring up using a guide to play games like this. That's kind of something I've been thinking about lately. Do you think that it's... What do you guys think of designing a game in such a way that you need to you need outside information in order to complete the game? Because it's a design philosophy that's kind of fallen by the wayside for the most part, but you see it a lot in old NES games. like the original Legend of Zelda, where you were meant to like talk to your friends about like the secrets they found and kind of use that pool of knowledge to complete the game.
I feel like for a first playthrough, it's good to not use a guide because you want that fresh experience.
Right, but if you literally can't complete the game, or okay, not literally, but, and I'm not saying this is one of those games. Like I'm talking, like when I say like stuff like that as a beginner's trap, I mean like in terms of using like the optimal Pokemon team, or at the very least like the Pokemon team that you want to have.
Yeah.
You do kind of have to premeditate it to know like what Pokemon evolve into what and what moves they learn when and how they evolve, and because there's not really anything in the game that specifically tells you that stuff.
In Gen 1, on the topic of Stonemons, I feel like a lot of them are real good replacements for like what a starter would be.
Oh yeah.
Like Yappy-Doo would be an okay Firemon to have, stats aside. And like the other ones being like Vileplume or Victreebel. And then like if you want like a Cloyster or a Vaporeon. Although Vaporeon's kind of its own thing.
I can't tell if that Fearow sprite looks really cool or really odd. He almost kind of looks like he's wearing, for anybody who's seen the Castlevania Netflix animated series, he kind of looks like he's wearing Trevor's cape. Like that fuzzy cape that he wears. Dude,
when I watched that series, I looked at Trevor and I'm like, look at this extra guy. Oh, he's the MC, he's the main dude.
Yeah, I gotta say, in all my several days of playing Castlevania 3, I never would have expected them to introduce him, like, drunk off his ass in a bar in his opening scene.
I love it.
Dude, the Netflix Castlevania is a treat if y'all haven't seen it.
I'm still looking to check out Season 2 at some point, but Season 1 was a lot better than I expected it to be, so...
Season 2 has some of my favorite characters, like... They go all out with the OCs, and I'm okay with it.
What about Grant Dynasty?
Is he?
When are they going to add Grant Dynasty? Because I heard they don't add him in Season 2. Like, you can't have Castlevania 3 without Grant Dynasty. If that is, in fact, your real name.
Was his name supposed to be Dynasty or Nasty?
I don't know. I think it was just supposed to be Dynasty.
It sounds like okay, this is gonna sound bad. It sounds kind of like a ghetto name.
Like in the credits.
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Like in the credits, they even spell it wrong. They spell it Dynasty. Like with the U. What? So even the people writing the credits didn't know what it was supposed to be.
He's like Pigpen from Peanuts. Every time you see Grant, he's just covered with a cloud of filth.
Strategy.
Poor Grant Dusty.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I like how Joe set up this whole like game design question. We just totally changed the subject without talking about it.
Yeah. I think he DC'd again. Oops. Goodbye, Joe. Now I gotta fight this Hypno. Who's gonna just like poison my entire team. Here's the quote-unquote biggest gear check of the game.
Hey.
Whoa!
Put a little gear on his little little Hypno thing there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's that Pokemon
That's
from
thumbnail.
You're right. What's that Pokemon from Gen 5, like Clink or whatever?
Clanker's Cavern.
Yeah.
It was like Klinkomon.
Yeah,
I don't
and he
know.
had like his name, like his name evolved with him. Like it was just like Cling Clanker or whatever.
It's Clink,
Clank.
It's Clink, Clang, and Cling Clang.
I see.
So it's like coughing and wheezing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just add another one.
See, I always saw that as the Gen 5 equivalent of like the Magnemite lion, but...
Oh, yeah. He ain't got that electricity double type, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kling Klang is just supposed to be a big, like, steel type tank.
I mean, there's actually a lot of good steel types in Gen 5. Like, there's that line, there's Ferrothorn, there's Durant.
Oh, yeah. Ferrothorn I ended up growing a love for in Pokemon Showdown.
Yeah. He's like Fortress too.
Yeah.
Plus he can learn grass moves, which are the best moves.
Yeah, I think the difference between a Ferrothorn and a Fortress is that Fortress has better defensive typing, but Ferrothorn has like better moves and like slightly better stats. So I think ultimately he usually wins out.
He supersedes him by just a little bit.
But that's just going off of like Smogon.
Yeah, you missed me talking about how that Hypno was like the biggest gear check of this game for me. And then we laughed.
Bravo, Trey.
And then we laughed, and then we kissed.
Yeah, my internet sometimes goes out.
Yeah.
My ISP is not that great.
Yeah. Welcome to Gear Check Games. Today we're just going to be shitting on Joe's ISP.
Yeah.
Because honestly, they deserve it.
Is it Comcast?
CenturyLink.
Oh. I don't even know what that is.
They used to be Quest.
The quest for more internet.
Well, I mean, they were just the company that we use for our phone, for our landline that we still have for some reason.
Wait, hold on. Drowsy disabled amnesia. Does that mean he can remember things now?
Oh my god.
No, it means he can't forget the pain he feels inside.
That's why he's got to go to sleep.
Okay, so I know they only had 2 colors to work with on these Pokemon. Why did they make Snorlax's colors pink? Like Snorlax is not pink like anywhere on him. Okay, maybe like the pads of his like feet, but
yeah, maybe it was to simulate like flesh color instead of white. But I guess they have white already.
Well, yeah, if it was me, I would use like an off yellow or something.
Maybe it's that thing they do in animes where they use like shades of purple to signify like dark shading, but they don't want to go like all the way with the dark because they want to like keep stuff like on model.
Maybe. Or maybe like the colors of Snorlax here weren't like finalized.
Yeah.
That's something I wonder about with Pokemon, because especially in the early games there are some discrepancies between what color the in-game sprites are and what color like the official art is.
Well, and in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green were originally GBA, or not GBA, just Game Boy games. So like they added the colors in when the color came out. Right? Did they put that in the Game Boy Color, or was that in the Game Boy chip, like the Game Boy card itself? Because the Game Boy Color came out right after Pokemon.
I mean, I think like the information for what colors to display. You know what? I don't even know. I'm just shooting in the dark here.
That'd be a fun research topic for Pokemon.
Because I know that like Metroid 2, you know, that wasn't like a Game Boy Color specific cartridge. In fact, it came out long before the Game Boy Color, but it had like a Game Boy Color specific palette programmed into it at launch.
Oh no.
No.
Goodbye, Yappy.
What?
Finally had it.
Yep. He lost one too many times.
Oh no.
I was like, what's Trey doing going over to the PC? Is he healing his Pokemon? Did one of them get Pokerus?
Nope. I got fed up because like I tried so hard.
We got rid of Yappy Doo, and now the show is good again.
Right?
He had to go back to his home planet.
So are we going to replace him with Boober?
No, we will not replace him with a fire type Pokemon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
In fact, we may not replace him, I think, in this part. I think we wait till next part to replace him.
We might not replace him. We just roll with 5 Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think I did the last time I played Red. Like, I just couldn't... I didn't need anybody else.
No. With the right build...
All you need is Jinx.
Right? Jinx just side-eyes Lance and he shivers.
That's right.
Same thing for Agatha, too, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Because she can even take out... Does she have Vileplume in this one, or is that Karen in 2?
I think that's Karen.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't make sense either way, but...
No. Add some variety.
She's trying to win with her favorites, okay?
She didn't even... There wasn't even any grass dark types until Gen 3.
Okay, the perspective on Sandslash's spines here is really wigging me out.
What I want to know is, why are Sandslash's arms not blue?
Because we're Sonic heroes.
Yeah. Also, why do they have a Sandslash and a poison gem?
Yeah, this is like the most inaccurately designated gym I've ever seen. Because half the Pokemon in this gym are just like Drowsies and Hypnos.
What gym type even is this?
Like, it's Gen 1, there's no shortage of poison types.
Yeah.
Oh, it's poison type gym?
Yeah,
technically.
So they say.
Is Sandslash poison type?
No. I mean, I guess it can learn Poison Sting, but...
Yeah.
You know what, though? That's not as pathetic as the Elite Four in Gen 4. When you get to, like, the Fire-type one, and the only Fire-type Pokemon on his team are Infernape and Rapidash. And everything else is just, like... Just, like he's got a Steelix.
The hell?
Like... You did get the memo, dude. Like, you're a Fire-type user.
I love that he has
He's
the
just
only...
like, well, there's nothing in the rules to say I have to have all Fire-type Pokemon.
The sprite of that trainer we just fought looks like Giovanni's, like, insufferable son.
You mean Silver?
Okay, not... Like the guy you would... Yeah, like the guy you would think would be Giovanni's son.
Yeah. Oh, look, another Sandslash.
Spoilers for Gold and Silver, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That's not actually revealed until Heart Gold, Soul Silver, right?
Well, I think they allude to it a little bit in the Sevi Islands post-game chapter of Fire Red and Leaf Green. When you're dealing with some of the rocket grunts, one of them claims that Giovanni had a son, and that he had red hair, but that he left a long time ago. But then, of course, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, if you do like that Celebi event, it confirms it.
Didn't they re-add Celebi's event? Not in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but in
the virtual console release of Gen 2, I think they did.
Yeah, like after you beat the game, you can go get the GS ball and like go unlock Celebi.
I forget how they implemented it. I think it was some kind of, like... I don't want to say pre-order bonus, but something to that effect, like...
Yeah.
All sleeping Pokemon woke up. All one of them.
So I just thought of something. When you get, like, the event Pokemon or whatever, does it make you fight the Pokemon and catch it, or does it just give the Pokemon to you?
Depends.
Yeah.
And in the case that it does make you fight and catch it, can you just, like, accidentally kill the Pokemon, or, like, run out Pokeballs or whatever, and just be locked out of it?
Yeah.
Or does it throw you a bone and be like, oh, you accidentally killed it, you can just come back and fight it again?
I think in later gens they made that the standard for all legendary Pokemon. Like, if you KO one and save afterwards, you can come back in like a week and it'll be back.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
I think I know Gen 5 did that, but I forget if Gen 4 did that.
I mean, I always just save before them and just keep retrying. It's like I'm not gonna come back in a week.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody who knows that they disappear does.
Yeah.
But again, it's like a beginner's trap.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I accidentally
legendary
kill.
Pokemon. I'll bet they give so much XP.
Oh.
Poor Jimmy.
What do you mean I can't catch it again? There's only one Mewtwo?
I'm gonna farm this guy.
Actually... I'm gonna farm this Mewtwo for all of the stuff there is to do after you beat this game. Yeah, for those dank Gen 1 multiplayer matches.
Oh boy.
And I know we've said it before, but in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you can never run out of content to do in that game.
Oh yeah.
There's so much to do post game in that game.
Yeah, all of the DS Pokemon games have a really like robust post game.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
Right?
You know, before Masuda like explicitly confirmed that like we don't make post games anymore because people don't play the post games.
There's like 10 guys out there, us being like 3 of them going, I do.
When I played the post game, yeah, you're not people.
Oh.
Well, fine, Masuda.
Hey,
You want to be that guy?
his balls.
People who complain about Pokemon aren't people.
Oof.
Have a good day.
Man, this is starting to sound like me complaining about Sonic fans.
Dan's words, not mine.
No, those weren't my words. Those were Masuda's words. Straight from the horse's mouth.
So you've also read that made-up interview.
So I've psyched you guys out. I'm not actually fighting Koga this time.
Oh, really? Just clearing the way.
Yeah, cleared the way. And then I'm just gonna go fight some dudes.
Okay. Well, who's there left? Oh, are you going the other path to Fuchsia City?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go clear up this route because I need some extra XP because some of those Hypnos and stuff were actually doing some pretty good damage to me. I remember struggling a little bit. It's like first I get rid of this dog and then I go get some experience.
Mm-hmm. This is another thing.
Release like a special snack for fighting type trainers. It's like it's like it's got protein powder mixed in and everything. It's like for eating between workouts. And it's called Kogurt.
God.
The setup for that joke.
That's my staple joke. Really long elaborate setup for just like a total nothing.
You know, guys,
punchline.
it's been fun doing this Let's Play channel and all, but I think we gotta end it off here. There's just no hope.
This Kogurt
just leaves the channel and doesn't come back.
That just censors it. I already knew we were bottom of the barrel, but like if there was any doubt
guys,
before,
my ISP's cutting out. Gonna have to go.
Curse you, CenturyLink. God, the people watching this have probably never even heard of that.
I like how you said "curse you, CenturyLink," and then Goldine just shot Flappy with a Wi-Fi signal.
Oh, yeah.
Just weaponized the internet physically.
Oh boy! In the year 1998, that was pretty advanced.
Flappy is getting doxxed right now. Man,
what I was gonna say earlier in regards to this this route we're gonna be traveling along. That's something you don't see a whole lot. In fact, this is one of the only examples in the series I can think of where there's like a town you can get to there that you need to go to, and there are 2 roads that lead there, but you only have to do one of them.
Yeah.
And they're both like fairly expansive.
Yeah. This one particularly, the one that leads down from the docks, there's a ton of trainers on that route.
Yeah, you go through like 3 different kind of biomes.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess cycling road is like the slightly more expedient way to get to Fuchsia City, but you need the bike.
Yeah. I mean, I usually go that way anyway, but like you said, if you miss the bike as a kid, you're kind of stuck with the right-hand route.
Yeah, I always tend to go both ways just to make sure I have enough experience. That's the thing. Whenever I play Pokemon games, I always make sure to fight every single trainer. Just to make sure I'm keeping my team at decent levels.
I did too, up until the end of the game.
Which probably inflates my playtime a lot more than it needs to, but...
God. I tried to do that, and then I just got bored of fighting the same Pokemon over and over again.
Yeah.
Just like the same...
Yeah, a lot of these guys are just like...
basic encounters.
Fodder.
Yeah, like a lot of them just have like mostly the same Pokemon teams.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've got 3 Geodudes. And I've got 2 Geodudes and a Graveler.
But Dan, don't you like to watch those numbers go up?
Yeah. I even turned off battle animations at a certain point, and it was just like not enough.
Dude, that's one thing that frustrates me about this route coming up. It's half poison guys and half bird guys, like with almost nothing else. It's like, oh, am I gonna be fighting Coughings and Mucks, or am I gonna be fighting Pidgeotos all day?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of bird keepers once you get to like the midway point of this area.
Yeah.
I feel like the problem is just that, like, it's all, like, either brain-dead easy battles or, like, really tough battles. And you gotta grind throughout the brain-dead easy battles to actually be prepared for the tough battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had made more of an effort to... I mean, I know that this is, like, a lot of, like, trainer battles to design. But I kind of wish they had made more of an effort to, like, make the trainers, like, interesting. Instead of just, like... Well, you gotta fight them, because that's the only good way to get experience.
Uh-huh.
But then again, you know, it's a game made for kids. It's not...
Yeah.
It's a kids game. They do kind of change that a little bit in 2. Where, oh yeah, that guy had like a bunch of Magikarps. I'm not gonna make you guys suffer through that.
Okay.
I think that's the guy in this game. There's one here and there's one on the left-hand side of the map too, going to Cinnabar.
Every time you find one of those trainers, it's just the devs like laughing at your expense, like,
oh yeah,
you have to finish this battle. There's 6 Magikarps and they barely give you any experience.
Yeah, it's like 5 of them. 5 of them are level 5, and there's one that's level 30, I think.
Just to highlight how worthless Magikarp is.
Yeah. And he still doesn't give you any XP when you beat the big one. It's like, thanks, I guess. Can you imagine this podunk little farmer guy, or fisher guy, with a Gyarados? Like, what?
I mean, that'd be interesting. That'd be a little more interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. In fact, I don't think you see that many Gyarados in Gen 1. Like, I know Gary usually has one if he doesn't have Blastoise.
The expression on Shelter's face looks like he just remembered that he left the oven on. It's like, wait a minute.
So, Shelter's model confused me there for a second, because I didn't realize he was sticking his tongue out. I just thought his bivalve was just really big in the middle.
Oh. Like as a kid, or...?
Well, just now. Not as a kid, but just
okay.
now. That's another model that got updated with Pokemon Yellow. They actually made him like seem like cohesive. He doesn't just look like a clam with eyes.
Yeah.
Like he has a design.
Well, speaking of like cohesive designs, I know we're a little late to comment on this, but look at Venusaur.
Uh-huh.
Like that's not what Venusaur is supposed to look like.
No.
Although I kind of understand what they were going for here with... Oh, what's that?
He's so big.
This big boy.
So this is what it would have been like when we were getting tubs.
Yeah. And that's why I leave this thing. So I'm like, all right, since I didn't show the first one, or couldn't show the first one, I'll show the second one.
Yeah, because it didn't happen.
Next time.
Yeah. He came through a portal from the past.
Tore open a portal in time.
Now that lazy fool seeks to return to the past.
Just samurai Snorlax. Make it happen.
Give him those eyebrows. Alright, y'all. Catch you next time.
See ya.
Peace.